She thinks my track is sexy.
Hello, beautiful people. This is Sarah from Sarah Snowstorm Beauty Tutorials, and today we are doing some UV reactive hair color. I wanted to emulate natural hair color, but done with unnatural hair color, so I started out with a base of blue, and the green emulates the highlights, and then you'll see when I do my hair extensions that I even put some yellow mixed in at the very end of the hair extensions to create a yellow-green at the bottom for an extra highlight. For my roots, I am using PULP RIOT Blue Muse, and I'm putting a little bit of clear in there to dilute it. By the time I was done mixing this, it was a 1-to-1 ratio. The reason why I did this is so it's easier to get out of my hair later because I switch my hair colors around so often, but in the extensions, I didn't put any clear, and I used the same blue and green color that I'll be showing you here. Adding clear just makes the hair color lighter, and because the extensions don't have that clear in it, those will be darker and will just add more dimension, which I really like. As you see here, I'm just doing my roots first with the base color. Next, I am grabbing Area 51 and some clear by PULP RIOT and a little bit of blue mousse, just so that it blends better with the base color of the blue. And here's an easy trick in melting two colors together. Take 3 strands to make your V, and then you're going to bring that base color down the middle strand, and then you're going to take the green, your highlight color, and you're going to bring that all the way up on the sides and feather that into the blue, and then you bring that, paint that all the way down, and make sure you do the other side as well. And then I marry all of these sections together and then paint the ends with the highlighting color. This creates a natural highlighted effect and a nice flow for the hair. And when you take sections, you want to take diagonal sections so that it blends better when it falls down. And I'm going to show you the same exact thing. It's kind of a mix between melting, a color melts, and balayage. This is a way to paint both sides, because balayage you normally only paint one side, and melting 2 colors together at the same time. I like to call this the Snowstorm Technique because I haven't quite seen this before, where you take 3 strands and then put them in the V. Some people just paint the V all at once. It's a very easy technique that you can just do on yourself. And here I'm just mixing the root color back into it. And then sometimes I grab the green at the end and paint right over the blue just to create a better blend at the top. And you want to continue up the head on that side. And then here I'm starting on this side in a diagonal section. When you get to the back, then you just want to continue those diagonal sections and make sure that it goes from the outer corners, which are up higher, and then downwards to the middle. And then as you keep going up the head, they can get straighter and straighter, the sections. You just want to make sure that you're not doing completely horizontal sections because it won't lay down as beautifully, and you want to make sure that you have a nice flow of colors that looks like the most natural. Which is funny because I'm using unnatural colors, but you get the point. And I want to make sure that these front pieces are much thicker in the front, so you have that nice highlighted effect, so to speak, in the front. Almost like you get your hair highlighted all the time, and that's just a buildup of highlights and highlights and highlights. And that's especially why the ends are all the highlight color. And then on the extensions, you'll see me put in some yellow and melting it in with the green so it makes a yellow green, just to make like it's been so highlighted at the ends and even a little bit sun-kissed. Like a natural variance that aliens would just already have on their head, apparently. And in the back, on the very bottom, I like to melt the blue down lower, and then as I get to the top, put the green heavily on the top. Now we are going to process for 25 to 40 minutes and then rinse and style. And now it's time for the hair extensions, and we've got our blue Muse, but on this one it happened to be called Nirvana. It's the same color though. Area 51 by PULP RIOT. And then the yellow, I used Arctic Fox hair color in Neon Moon, which is a yellow. And all of these colors are UV reactive, and I added no clear. The green one, I did put a drop of blue just like I did on my own head, just so that it blends better. And I did use the same exact technique on my hair extensions in about 1.5 inch wide V's. And then after I brought them together, then I would go over them again like I'm doing here, just to make sure that they blend better. And then I make sure to paint both sides of the hair extensions. The blue used to be called Nirvana, but now they changed it to Blue Muse. So I want to reiterate that that is the exact same hair color and they are all UV reactive. Here's how I melt the yellow into being a yellow green. I apply the yellow, and then I'm going to actually pull down the green into the yellow so that it makes a yellow green. I just wanted these ends to look so highlighted, just like any other highlighted sun-kissed hair would look. And you see me pull that green all the way down, not just melt it. And then I also melt it in. I'm making sure to always spread out the hair just to make sure I got everywhere, because especially with this Arctic Fox hair color, it's condition based, so it's very, very thick, so you really want to make sure that you spread out that hair. And see, it's very, very easy to do this with a laundry basket and plastic sheeting and hang it over the side to blend in that last color. And make sure to process for 25 to 40 minutes. And then rinse with cool water, like I'm doing here. And I love that color. And here's the after. This is just normal lighting without a black light, so that you can really see what it looks like in normal lighting. And then after that, I'm going to turn on the black light. And then we'll even play around with some space buns and really get to see what this hair color looks like in different lighting. And here's what the hair color looks like in an 80-watt black light without any other lights turned on, which will be the most vibrant that the hair color will be. I also love this lighting as well because it has all of the lights on and the black light, and you can really see my makeup like that and the dimension of the hair color. Even though it's not as bright this way, it still glows, and this is actually my favorite lighting.
Trust, but you treated me like I couldn't see. I thought you were the one, but I know that I'll never be the girl that you need.
And here's the space buns with just normal lighting, so that you can really see the dimension of the hair color and what it looks like in normal lights, but with space buns, which is my favorite style for this hair color. And here we have the black light, studio lights, and space buns. And the black light with no other lights and space buns. And now we're we're back to lights on and the black light. Hey guys, so if you want to see what this looks like in normal daylight, this is what it looks like. I'm in a covered porch, so let me go out into the sunlight. That's what it looks like in the sunlight. I'm loving it. And I like how it has some blue in there and some green. Yeah. I'm a pandemic girl in a pandemic world.
She thinks my tractor's sexy. I come in peace and with toilet paper. See? And I've got an alien head. See? I know y'all in a pandemic. And I got the toilet paper. A whole spaceship full.